That's it! I'm driving! All right, fine. You think you can do better?
Harrison Ford explores the darker side of Tinseltown in Hollywood Homicide this week on The Front Row.
A gangland-style assassination draws out LAPD's finest in Hollywood Homicide, new from Columbia Pictures.
Gavilan.
Go.
Joe Gavilan is a homicide investigator with LAPD.
How'd you find me?
I'm psychic.
Really?
No, not really. I'm a detective, for Pete's sake. He's a guy who's a bit worn thin, drinks a little bit too much, works a little too hard, is in tough financial straits.
What do we got, Leon?
I think it was a professional hit.
Well, what do you think? Write this down. Cheeseburger, well done. Ketchup, pickle, nothing else.
I don't like dead bodies.
What?
Sorry about that. We got a juicy one here.
Hollywood Homicide is one of those films that just stays with you days later, and it's not because it's a terribly great film. In fact, I'm still not really sure what I think about it. It's got highlight, like Harrison Ford's performance, which is one of the funniest all year, but it also spends an awful lot of time on a plot that wouldn't make sense in 100 rewritten screenplays. And just when you're convinced that you've lost 2 hours of your life, well, there are scenes that's so funny you realize, oh, okay, so it's really making fun of bad films like 15 Minutes and Another 48 Hours. But then it changes gears again to serious drama.
Action!
Did writer-director Ron Shelton make a very clever satire of buddy cop movies, or is it just another stupid buddy cop movie with good elements? I don't really know. If this review sounds confused and unsure of itself, well, then I've done a pretty good job of describing Hollywood Homicide. All in all, Hollywood Homicide's not really a complete movie, it's more of a collection of a few good scenes that are strung together, but there are just enough scenes to make it work. It gets 2 out of 4 stars and is rated R. Let me take a few seconds to shine the spotlight on this very program you're watching right now. Last week, The Front Row was honored by the Missouri Broadcasters Association by taking the grand prize as the best special program for 2003. It's a huge and very humbling honor, and although it's pretty much a one-man show, it would not be possible without the generosity and hard work of a number of people, including our very own news director Jill Jensen, who first let my ramblings on the air a few years ago, and has continued to be a constant backbone of support. And then there's producers like Andy House and Bridget Blevins, who helped me get all the film elements together. Plus a whole revolving collection of on-site producers like promotions manager Pat Torrey, producers Jim Conlon and Deanne Huber, plus a whole line of student producers including Michelle Stacy and many, many more who I don't have time to name. Thanks and congratulations to all for help making The Front Row truly your hometown source for all things cinema.
That's all for this week. Join us next time on The Front Row. I'm Bob Shultz for KQ2.